Shows take a closer look at the data from the last quarter 2015 for WFT's Instagram pages. So I looked at the posts on the amount of likes and comments that they received. So the first thing though I did was look at how many posts each month received. So as you can see, October received 18 and then dropped down to 16 for November and then dropped all the way down to 3 for December. So first I looked out in the line graph just kind of see that change. So as you can see, it kind of was a steady decline from October to November before it kind of dropped drastically to December. So I wanted to see kind of what that percentage change was between those months. And so it was 11% change just between October and November when it was kind of a steady decline. And then it was an 81% drop just from November to December just because of it only having 3 postings in December. I also created a graph just kind of look at the likes and comments from each of those 3 months. So overall the comments between October to December was pretty steady, but overall there was only 12 comments between those 3 months together, with October receiving 9, November 3, and then December 0. The likes started off at 402 and then almost dropped 100 into November and then dropped all the way down to 84 for December. So I took that information and put it in a pivot table. I've already calculated, but you can see there was a 67% drop in comments from that 9 to 3 and then 100% drop in December because there was no comments. Next, I was going to look at the percent change just between likes for each month. So there was 18% drop from October to December, and then between November and December, there was a 74% drop. So things I kind of looked at that could influence this was looking at October, there was a posting each week, while November had almost every week except the week of 11/23. And so looking at that though too, that was the same week of Thanksgiving. So I would kind of bet that that was the reason there was no postings that week, was because Thanksgiving happened. And then also looking at December, you can kind of infer that holidays impacted that month too, because while the week of Christmas and New Year's there was postings, there was only 1 post each. The other thing I thought that could put an impact to overall for December was that a lot of the postings on the Instagram page had to relate to school. So with school kind of ending for this year, there was a lot less to post and a lot less people interacting with the page. And so I think that's kind of why there was a drop off towards the end of the year. The last thing I was looking at is kind of what received the most likes overall on the Instagram page. So just looking at the amount of likes, you can see that the top postings all had to relate to sports, and I think all the top 5 postings also had to relate to the university's football team. So the audience seems to really enjoy the sports posts and primarily the ones that focus on football. I also did this for comments, but because comments for the most part weren't that high, it was kind of hard to tell what was a big hit. I think the highest received was 4, and the rest, for the most part, received 1 or 2. So it was kind of a mix of all over the place, where there were some sports, but then some other more news-focused article or post on the page. So you couldn't really infer too much from that. But that was what I kind of, after looking at it closely for the data for October, November, December for the Instagram page, is kind of what I could tell.